Okay, so good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening to everyone. Here we are again for another tutorial of getting input from the user using Java. So this will be our topic for today. So this is a topic in the course Programming 1 for IT related programs. So I am Mark Van Buladaco. So I'll be giving you step-by-step process on how to read in input values from the user using one method. So in our in this course, we'll just be using the scanner class, although I do believe there are other ways of getting input, such as input stream reader, etc. So we'll be using the scanner class, which is part of the java.util package, and of course this is used to get input of primitive types such as int, double, etc. We can also input a reference type, which is strings. So this is how you instantiate a scanner class. So you write the scanner class, and then this will be the object or identifier of your object, which is sc, and then new keyword in order to instantiate the scanner class, and then scanner keyword again, and then we will be using the system.in. Okay, so how to read in values. There are a lot of methods. We'll just be dealing with these methods, although you may explore later on the different methods for scanner class. So for data type int, we do have next int. So please please notice that we are using the camel case because this is a multi-word identifier. So the I in the int is in uppercase, and then we do have the string. There are two methods for string. If it is for only single word, it can only capture one word or one token, and that is the next method. If you want to capture a multi-word string, literal or an input from the user, we'll be using the next line. And then for the double and float, we do have next double and next float. Okay, so we'll proceed now to our problem. Practice problem 1. We do have simple sum. We'll be creating a program that will ask the user to input 3 values, and the program must display the values and the sum. So I'll be going to NetBeans. So we'll be creating a new project here. I hope you can see what I'm clicking. Okay, Java application. So let's just name the project into input sample 1. Okay, or you can just have your own example project name. Okay, click finished, and then here we are. NetBeans always give you the easiest way to program. All right. As I had mentioned earlier, the scanner class is part of the java.util package. So we'll be importing java.util that scanner in order to use this scanner class. Okay, let's just delete this. These are just multi-word comments. Okay, so public class input sample 1, and then public static void main, which is our main method. So since our problem is to create a program that will ask the user to input 3 values, and the program must display the values and the sum. Okay, so we'll start with declaring and initializing the values. So int num1, which will represent the first number, int num2, for the second number and int num3 for the third number. Okay, and then we'll declare also the sum variable, which is to store basically the sum of the three values. And then we'll be putting a prompt message using the system.out.print. Let's just use print. You will know later why I'm using print. So enter first number. Okay. And then now we will store the first number in num1 will be and then will be but before that we need to instantiate a scanner class. Sc is equals to new scanner system dot in. Okay, so we'll be using now the SC will be the identifier for the scanner methods para we can use the methods in the scanner class. So we'll be assigning whatever the user will enter. It will be captured using the scanner method and it will be stored in num1. Okay, num1 is equal to sc.next int, since num1 is basically an integer type variable. Okay, so let's try to run. Okay, at this part here, as you noticed, when you use system.out.print for as a prompt message, the user will input on inline in the prompt message. But if you will be using, so I'll be entering 20, so it will not do anything because we have not yet proceeded with the computation. I'll just show you the difference of the print ln for the prompt message. Now we change it to prompt system.out.ln. The user will enter on the next line. Okay, so it depends on you. I would rather make the user input in line with the prompt message. So if you want to do that, you use the print method. Okay, I'll just be copying these codes in order to make my life easier. Okay, and then let's just change it to enter second number, and then num2 is still an integer type variable, and we'll still be using the SC as the identifier for scanner, and the next int for capturing. So next int will capture whatever the user will input. It will prompt. It will wait for the user to make an input. Okay, so num2 will be the variable to store the second input, and then we copy again since our problem indicates that we need to input 3 numbers. Okay, enter third number. Okay, and then num2, num3 will be the one to assign the will be the variable that will be assigned with the third number. Okay, after entering the 3 numbers, so let's try to run it. Okay, let's say enter first number 20, second number 15, third number 10. Okay, so I'm just showing you the outcome of our code here. We still have not computed the sum yet, and we have not displayed anything yet, so we'll be doing that right now. So we'll now be going to write the code to get the sum of the 3 numbers. It's very easy, so you just write sum is equals to num1 plus num2 plus num3. Voila, you already have your sum. So the sum of the 3 values, or the variables of the values of the variables, will be assigned to the variable sum. Okay, according to the problem, we'll need to display the values and the sum. Okay, so we'll be displaying the variable values first. So let's just write the numbers are, and then num1, and then okay, num2. I'm putting in comma, just just to comply with English structure whatsoever. And num3, I'm making myself okay. I'm terribly sorry, I'm not really good with sentence construction. I do hope that is correct. So the numbers are, and then plus sign because we need to concatenate it with the numbers are literal, and then the value of num1, which is whatever the user will input, and then comma, and then plus sign in order to concatenate the value, the second number entered by the user, and then comma, and then plus sign, and then in order to concatenate the third number entered by the user, and then period. And then system.out that print ln will be displaying the value of the sum. Okay, the sum of the three numbers is okay, the sum. And then let's not forget for the period. Okay, let's try to run. Okay, this is my code. We do have, okay, let's try to run. So let's input again the same values we entered earlier, 20, 15, and 10. So this is the output. The numbers are 20, 15, and 10. This sum, sorry, I thought I did it right. Let's run it again. I did, I wrongly spelled the sum, sume. Okay, 20 will be the first number, 15 for the second number, and then 10 for the third number. So the numbers are 20, 15, and 10 period. And then the sum of the three numbers is 45 naturally. Okay, so that is the code in getting the sum of the entered three numbers by the user. So this is our variables. This is our initialization and instantiation of the scanner object. So our identifier of the scanner object is SC, and this is our prompt message, and then this is the method in order to prompt the user to enter anything or a value, a number, or whatsoever. So we use nextInt because the variables is in integer data type. And then second number and third number, which has the same method but different variables, of course. And then this is the process in computing the sum. It's very easy. And then this is the code in order to display the values in the sum. Okay, so let's try another practice problem. Okay, so our practice problem is to get the volume of the rectangular prism. So create a program that will ask the user to input the length, width, and height of the rectangular prism. The program must compute and display the dimensions and the computed volume. So we already know what is the formula for getting the volume of rectangular prism, which is to just get the product of the length, width, and height. So basically in programming, you need to familiarize with most of the formulas in geometry. This is just one of the formulas that you need to be familiarized with, the rectangular prism. Later on in most of our machine problems, practice problems, I won't be giving anymore the formula. So I'll assume you already know the formula because this is a 4th grade geometry. I think so. Okay, so let's create another project. Let's name it volume rect prism. Okay, again, depends on you how you will name your project. I'll just name it volume rect prism. Sorry for that. Okay, delete. Alright, so again, you need to import the java.util.scanner in order to use the scanner methods, and this, basically in general the scanner class. Okay, let's make the scan. Let's just copy it here. I'll just type it. Scanner sc is equals to new scanner system.in. So the system.in, you are basically calling the input stream of the Java. Okay, this is the channel where the corresponds to the input in the keyboard, or whatever the user will input the keyboard. It will open the channel or the stream to input. Okay. Okay. Semicolon. So we need to declare length with int width, int height, and int volume. Okay. Alright. And then we'll be asking the user for the values. So enter the width length. Okay, let's just put here a title message. Let's put a title message. Let's say computing the volume of rectangular prism. Alright. So let's use println. Let's put another new line. /n is basically printing new line. Okay. So enter the length. So we need to get the value of the length from the user. sc.next int. Okay. And then let's just copy this in order to make ourselves a lot easier our life make. And that means always give Java programmers, make the life of Java programmers easier. Okay, enter the width. Alright, width. And then enter the height of the rectangular prism. Height. And then we'll be computing the value of the volume, length times width times height, and then after that we'll be displaying the values of the length, width, and the height. Should we display the values? What's the problem? Okay, we need to display the dimensions. So let's just make it as dimension. Dimensions, length, let's just make it a dimension format. Let's just put X. It's basically giving out representation of the dimension, and then width X again, and then the height. Okay. And then we'll now be printing the volume. Volume is volume. Okay, let's try it out, our code. Alright, so as you notice, it displayed or produced two new lines because of our /n here. Okay. Oh, I forgot to put a colon on our prompt message. I need to end. If you want to end the, okay, it's not end. I can click. If you want to end the running of the program, you just click the X here. It will terminate the program, or it will terminate the currently running program. I'll be putting a colon. Okay. Let's run. Say 20, 15, and 5. So dimensions are 15 by 20 by 15 by 5, and the volume is 1500. So I'll need to put space after the column, and then I need to put a new line before the dimension. New line also here, just to give space on our output. Okay. Since this is a sentence-based format, I'll put a period. Okay, let's run again. Let's put 10, 12, and 25. Okay, so that is the output. Volume is 3000, 10 times 12 times 25. So this is the code for that. This is the scanner initialization of the object. We have the 4 integer type variables: length, width, and height, and volume, and then enter length, width, and height. And next in for getting the prompt, getting the value, prompting the user to input a value on our input stream, and then computation of the volume, and then printing out the dimensions, and then the volume. Sir, what if we do have a value that is a decimal value, or we do have a dimension which is in decimal value? You cannot do that on the integer data type variable, because it will only just cut the integral part of the entered value. I will show you how it will. Let's say 10.15. So it will basically throw a input mismatch exception, that is a runtime error. So since nextInt method can only accept integer, okay, so if you want to employ, or if you want to input a values with fractional part, we need to change it into double or float. So I'll just change it to double. Okay, so double. So since that is already in double, so we need to change it into double. The next int will become next double, in order to successfully capture the double value, or a floating point values entered by the user. And let's try it out. Let's run. So let's say 10.15, 24.39, and then 15. Okay, so that's 10.15 by 24.39 by 15. So since double, so it will just proceed the dimension. As you notice, we entered 15, but since it's a double data type variable, it will proceed it with point 0, representing that value is from a double type variable. And then that is our volume, which is 3,713.30775. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, that is our one example for presenting you the getting input from the user. Okay, so thank you for listening. So I will see you for our next topic.